So we've had a little ride out to Botton Village Store and Cafe on the all-new for Summer 2026 KTM. New helmet, new gloves, new trousers,
new jacket.
Quite a new jacket. New cameras, new microphones.
And we haven't won the lottery.
No, we've sold stuff instead. But the Ducati is still in the garage.
Yeah.
And that's going to go to Italy, isn't it? So we're just testing out gear today. Cup of coffee first and a cream cake.
Yeah. So we're going to head back home. The sky is beautifully blue and we're just going to see how the cameras work on the way back if we can. It's a bit more difficult on this little bike. You ready?
Yeah, jump on.
Oops.
Oh,
Jump on. Oops. Oops.
oops.
I mean, it's complicated.
It's smaller, but it's taller, so I suppose
It's just much more uncomfortable. I'm so used to being on the big bike. So used to being on a comfortable bike. Yeah, so beautiful. Look at the countryside. We're out in the countryside.
Yeah. Big bump.
Ooh.
Another big bump.
Ooh.
Not too big.
Slid straight down there. I've got my new slidey pants on.
Air-cooled ones.
They're not meant to be slidey.
No.
Well, it's very windy today, yeah. And it's busy on the Moo Road, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, look at this guy.
It must be warm.
He must be French. Fields are beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, so if you look up onto the top there, you'll see a car and a caravan, so that's the Moo Road. Which we could have gone on, but we're sticking on the less windy road.
The little one.
Yeah.
Right, so this is probably our, third or fourth time out with the new DJI equipment.
Yeah.
After being with GoPro for ages and just getting fed up with the stupid fact that they keep overheating and not that reliable with the microphones. So we've paired new DJI Action 6 and new DJI 360 camera with new DJI Mic 3 mics. And so far I think they're pretty good. I think they're working really well together.
Yeah, I think we're getting there. You know, hopefully now you've taken voice activation off, which was messing us up, wasn't it?
Yeah,
because we kept talking about start recording, stop recording when we were actually recording, and because we had voice activation on
just one camera.
Your camera was doing the voice activation as well as the remote control activation.
Yeah.
So we've decided we're just going to try and do the remote control, which will sync both cameras at the same time, on and off. And yeah, I feel like hopefully when you look back on this video today, that everything is okay.
Yeah. The other thing as well that we found out was when we had the cameras going off after like 3 minutes, turning off rather than just screen off, that was messing the remote up as well, wasn't it? So we've turned off the screensaver and the standby mode, which means it's going to use more battery, but I think if it's going to keep the remote working properly, that's what we'll have to do.
Yeah, because what was happening as my camera was switching off, completely switching off, as we switched it back on, it went into camera mode, so everything was messed up.
Yeah.
Which is difficult to change when you're actually, you know, on the back of a bike at 60, 70 mile an hour or even 40 mile an hour. It's difficult to change. You want something that's dead simple, and this seems to be, we seem to have found it. Hopefully, keep our fingers crossed.
And the mics are a lot easier just because they're paired up with via Bluetooth rather than the wire to the receiver to the camera in a medium or mount on the GoPro. This setting is just so much easier.
Yeah, we just need to rectify the echoing that you're finding on the mics at the moment. But
so what we've got, the way we've got set up is the microphones are set on a stereo channel. So mine's on, like say, the left stereo, yours is on the right stereo, and I can just mix them and I can play about with each channel when I'm editing. So if I'm too loud or you're too quiet, I can just increase or decrease the volume, and I can do like just different things with the voice to make it sound a bit better. But we've got Cardos, and the Cardos are renowned for being pretty bad when it comes to a time lag on the voice. And what I've found so far is when my Cardo is turned quite high, I can hear myself slightly after I speak, and you can hear slightly after I speak, plus that time lag. And on one of the channels it picks up my voice an extra 2 times, and there's a lag which makes it quite awkward. So what we've done now is we've turned the volumes down on the Cardo. Hopefully when we get going I can still hear you, you know, when we're at speed, and I won't get the echo, because it's very off-putting when you're listening to an echo. This is a nice little road. That's a big owl in that bush, did you see that?
was it a real owl?
Massive, no, it was massive wooden statue, but it must have been about 5 foot.
Maybe it was carved from an old tree.
Yeah.
It's lovely round here, I really do like it round here. This little area in this valley round here I think is absolutely stunning.
And the other good thing about these DJI mics is the built-in noise reduction, wind reduction, which is very good. And I thought that might have been causing the echo, you know, so I was going to turn the noise reduction off and just leave the noise reduction for post-editing.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure now it's just the Cardos.
Oh, I think it's the Cardos.
Just that echo from the speakers.
Yeah.
But we're nearly back now, so I think it's gone quite well. It seems to have worked as we wanted it to, hasn't it? Whereas before, the previous times, we've had a problem of one or the other.
Yeah, I think we've got the basics of it now, you know.
Yeah.
So that suits us at this moment in time.
Yeah.
As we were discussing, we maybe need to, you know, on a long journey when we're going like down an autobahn or something like that, and you're going for a couple of hours without having to stop or anything like that, I need to see if I can get the camera in a situation where I can put everything on standby.
Yeah.
To, you know, to save the batteries. So that's probably our next thing. But if we can't, it's not an issue. We just have to run it and change the batteries when they're required to be changed.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see whether or not you can put them on standby.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping that when you do this video and check, you know, for the volume, the smoothness of the turning on and off the cameras, that we've done everything correctly, and it's good.
I think it's been our best test of the cameras so far. They've recorded when we want them to record, and stopped when we wanted them without me doing a voice command.
Yeah.
And hopefully we've got the echo sorted now.
I wonder what the scarecrow's in there.
Minions again.
So where we live, it's got the scarecrow weekend going on. So it started today. So in the high street there's scarecrows everywhere. And the kids go to the local shop and get a map, and then they have to go around and get the scarecrows. So there's a scarecrow in the window there.
That was Captain Hook.
There's usually one on there, but there isn't.
There was a witch out there outside the other place.
There's a witch there, yeah.
There's another minion.
There's another minion there, yeah. The market's on. Woo! Darth Vader. At the fish and chip shop.
Yeah. There'll be loads up to the right and loads down there as well, won't there, no doubt. But there's a few along here.
Oh, the kids love it though, don't they? There's some in the
There's,
shop windows there.
That's Peter Pan
Oh,
and
that
Snow
one
White.
there. Yeah. This is an old lady.
Yeah, it's not a scarecrow. Danger Mouse! Oh, Danger Mouse used to be my favourite cartoon when I was a kid. Oh, concentrate, concentrate.
Not sure what that is there. The Wicked Witch.
Yeah, Oz.
Dorothy. Anyway, I'm going to give it a wrap.
Yeah.
Turn my camera off because we're nearly
And let's
home.
get this, yeah, have a look at the
Yeah.
footage, see what it's like.
Yep. Take care.